what I wanted to speak to you about today is patterns. How can I help you guys out today? That's the whole point of this event, is giving value. Right? You can share with a story, you can feel, you can do that. The whole point of today is so you can take something and move forward. Okay? You can actually take something, actually use something in your life. Because knowledge is just potential power. Implementation is everything. If knowledge was everything we needed, we would all have 8-packs and we'd all be millionaires. Knowledge is not what you need. Then there's another issue. And the issue is, people will come to me and they say, Ben, I really need some help with this thing. And let's say you guys are apple trees and I'm a pear tree. You guys need this technique, and you go, okay, I could give you this pear. But if I stick a pear on an apple tree, what do you think will happen? And you're like, can I reply? It's going to die. And then you're like, that doesn't work for me. Crap technique. Need something different. I give you another pear. You're still the same apple tree. Because we run these patterns throughout our lives. And these patterns run on and on and on. It's the same thing with suicide. Because people that are suicidal, the issue that you have is they're suicidal for and then they stop for 10 years, and everything's going right, and they condition themselves to a certain way, then shit happens, and they go back to suicide. Why is that? So what happens is something happens. And there's lots of different types of suicide, but basically there's just patterns that we end up repeating. So for you guys now, I want you to think about what is a pattern in my life that I'm thinking about. The first thing I want you to do today is identify a pattern for yourself. So just reflect, and just the first thing that comes up, just identify a pattern that's coming on in your life. Once you've identified that pattern, next, I want you to accept it. One of the hardest things is for us to do is to finally accept a pattern in our lives. We just deny. No, I'm not needy in relationships. Why won't you love me? Laughing's recognition, right? Why is it I keep attracting the same type of partner? All girls are so weird, or all guys are such jerks. Why is it that everyone that I work with is a dick? Why is it that we keep creating these patterns? So identify it, right? Find it. But what's next? Well, now you've got to believe that you can change it. Because a lot of us get stuck in this victim mentality that all this shit has happened to us, so now we can't do anything else. Now we're stuck to be this way for our lives. There's nothing else we can do. But then moving forward from that, how do we change it? So there's 3 ways I want to share with you guys today how you can change patterns. So the first one. Manipulation. What do I mean by this? This is manipulating one of the first memories that happen that causes you to be a certain way. Okay? Because what happens is, something will happen in our life and it's got a really big emotional intensity. Okay? Let's say when you're younger, someone goes, "You're fat!" And that was your mum or your dad, right? That moment can be so intense for you, right? That everything else is just a pattern running off that. So what do? You need to be able to manipulate that memory, because when that intensity drops, everything else drops as well. The hardest thing to do is identifying it. And I know, because I work with some people that are suicidal. Right? I have clients that are suicidal. And finding that memory, you've got to be like Sherlock Holmes. And you've got to be your own Sherlock Holmes to be able to find that. There's another one you can do. That should interrupt the pattern. Okay, so we keep doing the same patterns over and over and over again. We keep attacking the same types of relationships, the same types of people. And you can interrupt the pattern in so many different ways. You know something that like your mum says, your parents say, right, that really makes you angry. You may just say something and you're like, oh, they always do that, and you go, oh. Why is that? How could you interrupt it? Do something different. Say, you know what? No, not today. And you just go like this, and you stand there in just like a really weird position. You can't be angry like that. You can't be tense. And it's hilarious. You do these weird things, and suddenly you're not angry anymore. You're like, wow, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. Speaking of ridiculous things, let me share a funny story. If you want to interrupt your pattern, I seriously recommend this. Go do laughing yoga. Has anyone ever done this? Could you raise your hand? The most ridiculous thing I've ever done in my life, and I've done some ridiculous things. Okay? So, guys, pay attention please, because I've only got a couple more minutes. This is what happens in laughing yoga. There's a group of you, and you just laugh. Just like this. Ha 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 ha. Where is she? And then like you're running, you're like ha 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 ha. And I kid you not, this must have been about a month and a half ago. I'm in Waterloo, okay, and there's a laughing yoga on Meetup. A networking event got cancelled. I saw this thing. I'm like, that's quite nice. And I go, and I think this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. So I recommend doing laughing yoga to interrupt the pattern. But for yourselves, with the pattern that you've identified, I want you to think about what is something that I can do to interrupt that pattern. And if you don't know, ask someone else. Isn't it funny how we can always resolve other people's issues, never our own? I know all the answers for me. So interrupting the pattern is really important too. Next is you could change the meaning. Changing the meaning is really important because you know things like everything in life is the meaning that we give it. But often in these emotionally intense things that happen, there's a certain underlying meaning that never really gets addressed. And we do all these different things, but unless you can go to the other side, change that meaning, then something very different will happen. So what I really recommend you doing is if you guys want to take something from today, you genuinely want to start implementing change, instead of just being a seminar junkie that just knows a bunch of stuff and doesn't do anything with it. And I know because I've done that before. I started reading books, I made a book review document. You name a book, I can tell you everything about it. Wouldn't really do much for me though. Implementation is really key. And if there's one thing that I could leave you with today, it's this. Intelligent people know others. Enlightened people know themselves. So as you go about today, just think about how can I apply this to me? How can I apply this to my life? Because you're here for you, and I want you to live an absolutely incredible life. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for your time, and I'll speak to you very soon.